Hi everyone, my name is Feyisara and this is my story about how God divinely lined up a job for me. So I graduated, I came out of uni in July and roughly for like the next 6 months on and off, I'd been applying for jobs, getting a lot of rejection, not really getting any feedback. Meanwhile, a lot of my friends had gone on to graduate schemes and were earning a lot of money. It felt like my story was the complete opposite. I'd moved out of London, which is where TV is very much like thriving, and I was very low on money. And so the little money that I had, I was using to commute back and forth, looking for opportunities, applying for work, trying to meet people to get a job. And it just seemed to basically fail. And so for the next 6 months, God basically used that time to teach me to trust in his word, to trust and be persuaded of his character and what he's able to do for me. So we got to October/November and we were preparing for Harvest Sunday, which is like our annual day of giving every single year. And at this point, I didn't have anything. Like, I didn't have kobo, I didn't have no money, I had blown all of my savings, but God was really, really encouraging me to give. And so I came to church, very reluctantly, I gave the little that I had in my savings, and then literally the next day, I was on the way to a concert and somebody called me and they said, we want to give you a job. And so literally in that one moment of obedience, even though it was reluctant, God literally lined up a miracle for me and I started work the next month. So yeah, for anybody that's going through anything similar, my encouragement to you is, number one, just obey. So whatever the instruction is that God has given you, it may not seem relevant, you may not want to do it, but just obey. And then my second encouragement would also be to just trust in his word. God is very intentional with everything he says. So if he said it, he will do it. He will not renege on his word. And then finally, I would say, because God really used those 6 months to teach me that he is my reward. So even when the job came, it wasn't that this is it, I've made it. But actually I'd found delight and I'd found joy in him before the job ever came. So I would encourage you and remind you that God is your exceedingly abundant reward. Like, it's not the job, it's not the husband, it's not the partner. Whatever it is that you're looking for is great, but it does not compare to the joy that can be found in Christ. So